Hi, brothers and sisters. I hope you're doing well today. I actually just want to come on here and share a dream. I'm going to try to make this video really quick, but it was an amazing dream and I really want to share it with you. So, in my dream, I was hanging out with my friend Selena. She seems to be in a lot of my dreams, and I haven't seen her in a long time, but she was in my dream, and I was telling her that I was getting the opportunity to um, rent this house that I always wanted to rent. And I told her that it had many rooms, and I said 7 to be exact. And I wanted to take her to go and look at this house. And I didn't know exactly where the house was, but I knew the neighborhood that it was in. So we got in a vehicle and we started driving, and all of a sudden the scene changed, and we were walking down the road in this neighborhood, and I had flip-flops on, and she recognized she had some friends that were at this house sitting on a porch. So we walked up onto the porch. It was like a deck, an open deck, and there was 2 chairs there, and we sat down, and it's really funny. But like I said, I had flip-flops on, and they had 2 ponies, and I got frustrated because one of the ponies decided to use the bathroom on my foot. And so I took my shoe off and handed it to the person who owned the ponies so that they could wash my shoe. I was really irritated that they had ponies out there and put them right by the chairs where we had to sit, to where I didn't really have a choice, but to where my foot was, it couldn't be anywhere else. So I was irritated about that. Anyways, we had brought with us a bunch of our possessions, or at least my possessions. I recognize them as my possessions. I don't know if she brought any of her possessions. It was just a dream where I was really concentrating on giving my possessions away. So there was a little box and some other things that I had left there when we left. And because after that scene where he washed my shoe off, he gave me my shoe, and then we decided to leave. And I was leaving some of my possessions there. I was giving stuff away, and there was this box, and I opened it up just to make sure, like, to see what I was leaving. And there was like a bunch of pink crosses, but they were candles, a bunch of pink cross candles. And I didn't really know why I was giving anything away, but I didn't have any attachment to anything. I was just giving it away. So we left there, we're walking down the road, and we come up to this lady's house, and I believe it was Selena that went and knocked on her door and was talking to her, and we were trying to give my worldly possessions away. And so we were talking to her about, she could have anything that she wanted, and if she didn't want it, she could always just drop it off at the women's shelter. And I asked her, I had a bag, I looked at the bag I was holding, I looked in them, and there were wooden, like bamboo blinds, like wooden blinds. So not like the white ones that you normally see in people's house, but these are like wooden ones. And so I had asked her if she wanted the bag, and I was taking them to her. And then all of a sudden, there was a girl there that I had recognized, and I told her, I was like, "Oh, I just seen you in some pictures from the women's shelter the other day." I said, "It's so interesting that I'm running into you." And I said, "I almost went and stayed there." And so if you've been with me for a little while, I've had a lot of dreams about staying in the women's shelter. And I do believe that, at least for right now, it is symbolic about the Lord hiding me in his presence. I know the Lord's hiding me in his presence, sheltering me and protecting me. Because the women's shelter is a women's domestic violence shelter where women run there to hide from their abusive spouses and stuff. So, anyways, I worked there for 5 years, in case anybody is wondering how I know so much. I worked there for 5 years. So, anyways, I was talking to her about, almost staying there, and then I looked, and she had a man with her, and then there was a bunch of kids, and I said, "How many kids do you have now?" She had had a newborn baby in there in that dream, and she said, "I have 6 now," and I was like, oh, "Okay." Well, and then after that, we went ahead and left, and Selena, now we had a vehicle, and Selena went ahead and dropped me off at this place. I don't know exactly where it was. I just know it was the end of a busy road, and it just seemed like, I don't even know what kind of place it was, but she was gonna leave for a little while and then come back and get me. Apparently I had to go to this place. I didn't really go anywhere or go in anywhere, so I don't really know what that was about. But she left me and she took off, and I started walking in the direction that she started driving. And I ended up calling her and was like, I didn't end up staying where I was. I need you to come get me. And I'm not going to mention what she was on her way to do because it really is not something I really want to put out there. And it is not of God. So, anyways, she was frustrated with me that she didn't get to go do what she wanted to do, and that she had to come and get me. But she turned around. I was driving back this way, and she asked what road I was on, and I said, "Well, let me walk up." And I said, "Let me walk up to this light up here, and then I'll tell you the street that it is," which is weird because I wasn't. It was seemed like I was down back roads walking. Then I came up to this busy intersection, and I couldn't really read the sign because there was some letters and some numbers. It just did really, this street name didn't even make any sense. But I said I was going to turn left, and when I went down there, it was like this big lit up road, and it kind of like reminded me of a road maybe that would be in like New York. It's like big and flashy and all kinds of bright lights, or maybe even like Nevada, like down the strip in Nevada. And there was like big light bulbs and bright signs and colors and stuff like that. And on the right side there was a Rally's, and on the left there was an Arby's. And it seemed like it was in this big plaza, like a plaza that had a bunch of different shops or whatever in it. The Rally's was closed, the lights were all off, but on the left hand side seemed like everything was open. And I said, well, when you come down, the Arby's is going to be on the left hand side, and I am going to go in there. I think I was thinking about getting something to eat. When I went in, it was like the souvenir shop when I walked into the doors. And I said, oh, this is cool. I think I'm going to get a couple souvenirs for my kids. So I walked in, and what it really reminded me of is it reminded me of, like, I don't know if you remember like book sales and stuff going on as a kid. Like that, we would get these like booklets sent home to our parents that we could buy different items, but yet they would also have items you can go to the school, and like different classes would be released to be able to go and look at different things there so kids can buy whatever they wanted. It's usually like books and books with stickers and this and that, but they had a couple like different items that weren't books that you could purchase. And so it kind of reminded me of items like that. And I remember going in and looking to the left when I got into the shop, and there was this, it looked like some kind of like pen thing, but it looked like it was like animated and it moved, and it just seemed really weird. I can't even really explain exactly what it was. But for some reason, it said that it was something to do with like maybe it was for kids to like doodle in their Bible, or maybe take notes with their for their Bible or something like that. And then I heard a mother say something to her child, you know, if I buy one for you, will you read your Bible more? And so after that, I woke up. So what really stuck out to me is in the beginning of the dream, how I told Selena that I was going to have the opportunity to rent a house that had many rooms, and then I said 7 to be exact. It really, for me, sounded really familiar about Jesus saying, in my Father's mansion there are many rooms, and I go in to prepare one for you. And so, and you guys know, most of you have been with me for a little while to know that I have been having dreams, and I had one with Jesus who told me that the wave coming my way wasn't as big as it looked. And then he left and said he was going to prepare my place. And so this kind of reminds me of that dream. I was getting ready. I was showing her, trying to show her where this house was. I knew the neighborhood it was in, just like we know where our mansions are. Our mansions are in heaven. Now, we can't tell you exactly where the mansion is, but we know the neighborhood. And so this is where it was. I knew the neighborhood in which the house of many rooms I would be renting, but I didn't know exactly where it was at. Not only that, is in the dream, I was going around and giving away my worldly possessions. Now, if it was just a regular dream where I was getting ready to rent a house, I wouldn't be giving away my worldly possessions. I would actually be trying to get my possessions together so that I'd be able to have enough stuff to fill a house. When in this dream, I was actually trying to give everything away. And so, you know, my heart has totally just been surrender and everything. The Lord has really spent this whole entire year working on me to just surrender and give up the world. Like, I don't have any possessions here that I'm not willing to get rid of. if somebody needs something, they can come here and I'll give it to them, and so the Lord has really worked with me on that to where there's nothing here left for me. I'm just ready to go home. So, anyways, I wanted to go ahead and share this with you. I hope it blesses you. I'd love to hear if you guys have been having any dreams lately. Go ahead and put them down in the comments. I would love to hear some of your dreams, or if you have a channel and you post things or you get words from the Lord or whatever. I would love to promote your channel and um, go and see what the Lord's been speaking to you. We are family, and we need to work as family together. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get ready and go. I just want to thank you guys for praying for me. Thankfully, the Lord has protected me and given me a few days much needed break from spiritual warfare. It got to the point on Tuesday where I just kind of wanted to curl up in a ball when the arrows were flying at me and just pray protection and just kind of cower down. And then the Lord gave me a dream. I was working at Cracker Barrel, which I won't go into all that, but in the middle of working at Cracker Barrel, I was in switch to another scene, and I was riding on a bike down this road that seemed to have grass or something on it. And I remember thinking, I need to get back to Cracker Barrel. Why in the world am I riding down the road? I need to get back to Cracker Barrel. And I went to go turn, and there was something dark coming at me, coming down the road. And I was thinking, as soon as this darkness gets close to me, I'm going to duck in a bush. And so, sure enough, it could see me, and it could see me hide, which we know what spiritual warfare is. We can't hide from it. We know it's there. And so what I did was threw down my bike and took off my helmet, and I went and hit to a bush that had cobwebs in it, which we know that is not from God. So the Lord was telling me that I literally was ready to take off my armor and my protection and just go and hide, which is so funny because I had told him, like, I basically seen that I just wanted to hide. So I'm very thankful that the Lord has given me, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, now Saturday seems to be good. He's given me a few days. I'm not letting the enemy just hammer away at me so that I can build strength so that, I can continue to be ready for battle. So I'm back on. I have my full armor on, and the Lord has totally just been with me and revealing his purpose for me, continually giving me people to pray for, and and giving me words. I mean, he's been speaking to me about Babylon, which is I'm gonna have to do another message about that. This is already 12 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and go. Brothers and sisters, I hope you all have a good day. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Stay so close to him. Do not take any man. Do not look at man for any kind of direction. Look to God only. The times that we are in, you have to be very careful. All right, God bless you.